All right, here we are at day 5, week 4. We're 1/3 of the way through the course now. We have our foundation built, and let's spend part of today in just reviewing what we've done so far. Remember, the first week we spent most of our time understanding what the market really is. And the market's very, very simple, as you well know. It always will find that exact price where there's an equal disagreement on value and an agreement on price. It does it very quickly. It does it before even the guys on the floor know about it. What we want to do is we want to get in tune with the market. Then we spent most of the second week looking at the new science of chaos and what it has to offer us. What it has to offer us is it tells us the underlying structure of the market. And remember, it's always the underlying structure of everything. It's the underlying structure of your belief systems that allow you to trade the market the way you do trade them. And if you want to change your results in the market, you have to change your belief systems. And to change your belief systems, you have to get to that underlying structure. And it's always underlying, and it's almost always unseen. So we have to do a little bit of digging there. The big thing that we know is that once we get to that underlying structure, once we discover it, we can change it quite easily. And it has what's called a cybernetic effect. It's like the rudder on a boat. A little bit of pressure on the rudder of a boat will move a very large boat, or the ailerons on an airplane. It just takes a little bit to move gigantic masses of energy and matter. And the same thing is true with the market. The market is a cybernetic, holographic, chaos-type animal, as we are. And all animals are the same way because we are either under the influence of the torus attractor or the strange attractor. And the market is most under the influence of the strange attractor. So what we've done in our intensive study of the last almost 2 decades now of the science of chaos and applying the science of chaos to trading is we think that we have located the underlying structure of the market and the underlying structure of ourselves. Now, if we can align our own belief systems with the market, then winning becomes the path of least resistance. And trading in the market, as we said before, should be fun. If it's not fun, you're doing something wrong. It should be like a game. And in basketball, for example, you have 2 obligations. If you have the ball, you have to make an executive decision, whether you're going to dribble or shoot or pass. If you don't have the ball, then you should just relax and watch what's going on. In the market, it's the same way. If we're not in the market, we just relax and watch the alligator sleep, watch the alligator take a nap. When we see the alligator wake up, then that somebody has passed us the ball. The alligator's passed us the ball, and we must make an executive decision, whether we're going to buy or sell or stay out or add on or double up or reverse pyramid or whatever. And we're going to talk about those executive decisions in detail in a few weeks here. We're going to speed up the process more and more as each week goes by. And what we also did 2 weeks ago in talking about the chaos is remember that the most important question in this entire course, in fact, I think it's the most important question in life, is how do you handle new information? If you distort it and massage it so it fits into your old categories, then you're limited to repeat the same actions you've done all your life. But if you relax those old categories and those old belief systems and allow this new incoming information to organize itself, then you become in tune with the universe and you become in tune with the market. And trading becomes a very nice way to earn a good living. Then we spent last week on the alligator. Now the alligator, remember, is 3 different balance lines coming from 3 different time frames. You have the jaw, which is the time frame that the chart is on. You have the teeth, which is a significantly lower time frame. And you have the lips, which is still a second significantly lower time frame. So what you're seeing is a personification of 3 different time frames on one market. And when the alligator, and we think the alligator is really alive, when the alligator is moving and hunting, you want to be in the same direction as the alligator. And the alligator is going to tell us which signals to take, which ones not to take, and it's also going to tell us when to take profits in the market so that we can take profits at the most advantageous place. Then this week we've spent on our first breakout signal, and that's a fractal signal. And in chaos terms, we're talking about phase space from physics. And the breakout signal is the first signal you always take. You don't take any signal until you get that first fractal that's outside the mouth. And in the fractal, we'll talk about this later, but we sometimes take it with the teeth. So we'll explain this next week when we talk about the AO and the AC. And next week, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to spend an entire week talking about the momentum. Remember the illustration of the bowling ball going down the street. It's the momentum that keeps the market going. It's new information that moves the market, but we want to trade momentum simply because momentum will always change before the price does. And next week, Justine's going to give you several illustrations of the momentum warning us sometimes days, sometimes a week and a half ahead of a price move that the price move is coming. So it's like reading tomorrow's Wall Street Journal. So a quick review. So far, in these 4 weeks, we've talked about the market, we've talked about the science of chaos, we've examined the alligator as our odds maker and as our asset allocator, and we've also looked at our first trade in any campaign, which is the fractal. Now we're coming to the 4th weekend, and what we suggest strongly that you do on this 4th weekend is to have a very special date with yourself. You've been in this program for 4 weeks now. If possible, have an all-day date with yourself, or go someplace and spend overnight. Do something special for yourself. Do something that you would not ordinarily do. Reward yourself. One of the things we know that's very important in trading is to reward yourself for good behavior and good trading. What we do here with the Opportunity Trading Group is every member of the Opportunity Trading Groups, we give ourselves a date with our IT once a week. We get a massage every week. This is our reward for being here. We also have a date every weekend. And remember that you don't take anyone on your date. It's you, and you do something unusual, something you haven't done before. Another suggestion I'd like to make, and this is in your manual, is that you note down any synchronicity that's appearing in your life, things that just sort of happen to work out. coincidences. And if you allow the new incoming information to organize itself, what you're going to find is you're going to be having coincidences in your life every day. And these are going to be very meaningful. And you're going to reach the point of knowing without knowing how you know. And you're going to reach the point in trading that it's an effortless effort. So let me congratulate you for reaching the 1/3 mark. And let me, if I can, stimulate you to look forward, because the best is yet to come. Have a good weekend. We'll see you here next week for week number 5.